You cannot see the entire field. And this is why I always will say that coaching plays so much of a role for quarterbacks being great in the NFL. What's going on, guys? This is Casey Prentice. I'm just tuning in. We will get back to the daily vlogs tomorrow. I was watching the Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals, and I watched Baker Mayfield very closely. And I want to tell you why and explain to you why Baker Mayfield is a very good quarterback and why he just needs a little tweaking here and there. He will be a really good quarterback in the NFL for years to come, and I'm going to break down why. All right, so we're going to start this play where we got a tight formation with 3 tight ends on the field, okay, and we have 1 wide receiver. Now, I understand why the Cleveland Browns ran this particular play. I understand what the design of it is, but this right here to me is where it comes down to coaching. Okay, so what happens is in the play is that the receiver who is up at the top is going to come across the formation, and they want the receiver to be the flat player while they take the backside tight end and run him over on an over route. Now they take the 3rd tight end right here. They're going to pin this defensive end, and then he just kind of will sit over here in this area so that they'll give him 3 options for this particular throw. Now, this is why coaching is such a major part of a quarterback's success. You know, I know, they know that they have a gunslinger at quarterback. Now, there is an opportunity always when you run a bootleg, there's always the opportunity of the quarterback getting pulled up. Coaches know it. Great players and coaches both know this. Okay, so in that event that the player gets pulled up, there's always an opportunity to glance down the field. Now, you don't have an opportunity to hold on that glance. You just have a brief opportunity to glance at the deep throw, and if it's there, you take it. And what happens is when you're playing during this game and it's moving so fast and everything is happening so quickly, you cannot see what is going on backside. That just is not a possibility. That just will not happen. You can't see it. I don't care who you are, from Peyton Manning to Drew Brees to anybody else, Damon Allen, who's one of the great CFL quarterbacks, Anthony Cavillo, who's one of the great CFL quarterbacks. It doesn't, Dan Marino, it doesn't matter who you are. You cannot see the entire field. And this is why I always will say that coaching plays so much of a role for quarterbacks being great in the NFL. Here's what could have happened with this play. Now, because you know you have a gunslinger at quarterback, because you know that, yes, you do have a flat, you do have an over, and then you do have, a guy taking a shot. However, with this backside receiver, they're just getting cute. They're just getting cute. What they're betting on is that this corner is going to try to chase this wide receiver across the field. That's what they're betting on. That's what they're watching film for. That's what they think will happen. However, because you have a gunslinger at quarterback, this post route by this tight end will always be a viable option. Because exactly what happens with this play, if a defensive end rushes upfield, the quarterback will pull up and he can see that post route by this tight end. So, because of that, they should have taken this wide receiver and ran him on a deep 7 route, which is like a bench route or an out route, or some kind of fade route or comeback route or something that will occupy this backside corner, because the quarterback cannot see what's going on backside. Now, what you did, all you have to do if you are the coach of this team is to make sure that this wide receiver is out of the way. You've got 3 tight ends. This guy can pin. This guy can pin and run the flat. This guy can pin and then run like a deep over route. And then you can have a crosser right here. They have 3 guys that can run that route right now. They don't need a 4th guy coming across to just kind of, it's overkill and it's overcoaching, right? So if you're going to do this play, I would have had the tight end, one of these guys run to the flat, one of them run the post, and then one run the deep over. Like that's just, you got 3 guys in a route. I mean, you got 2 that are the primaries, and then you got one who's a shot guy. That because you have a quarterback that's a gunslinger. If you have that, you must always account for his ability to see downfield. I don't care who he's playing against. Your quarterback is ultra aggressive. We know that. So rather than trying to get cute and bring 4 guys into the route, give your quarterback the opportunity, because if this corner isn't there, this play is made. This is a touchdown. And as I run it through right now, I'm looking at it. The defensive end runs upfield. You can't account for that, right? Because you can't account for it, you know that your quarterback has the opportunity to look downfield and peek. That's what happened with Baker right here. He peeked, saw his guy, and threw it. He didn't think twice. He saw the play, and it unfolded in front of him, and he took a shot. So if you're going to have a guy that's a gunslinger, this is where coaching comes in. Now, Baker could have easily just checked the ball down right here. He could have thrown it right here. He could have thrown it in the dirt. Yes, but you got to understand the game is coming so fast. When you are coming out of that fake to that running back, and the defensive end shows up right now, you react. You don't have time to process everything. You just react, and he just instantly he saw it and he took it, and it wasn't like he could see what was going on backside. Now, as you can see from the backside of this view, he never saw the backside corner. And that's because they were betting on the corner chasing the wide receiver across the field, which they don't do much anymore in the NFL, which shows me that the offensive coordinator is trying to be cute. And rather than doing that, you can just look at what's going on and give your quarterback the ultimate opportunity to take a shot. Okay, so I want to review 2 plays by Baker Mayfield that will show you that this quarterback is the real deal, and he is going to be very good for years to come. When he takes this drop, and you, as you can see, as he drops back, he surveys the field, and if you look at his, I call it the power position. As a quarterback, you're never supposed to drop back and your feet touch each other. They're never supposed to come together. And as you can see, his base is wide. You can see how wide his base is. That is the ultra power throwing position for any quarterback. If his feet come together, then he will never have a shot to get the ball out as quick as he does. Now, the thing that I want to highlight is Baker's accuracy. Because when a guy is running across the field from left to right, for you to throw this ball pinpoint accurately right on the receiver's chin strap, that shows me that this quarterback is in tune and he has a great feel for the game. Now, many people are never going to see this. They're never going to diagnose this. Nobody from the NFL Network or ESPN are going to look at these and go, ooh, yeah, that's awesome. No, they're never going to do that. But I'm looking at it because this shows the accuracy of Baker Mayfield. See, most people don't talk about that. Everybody wants to talk about the interceptions and all these things that are bad, but nobody talks about how accurate and how confident Baker Mayfield is. And for him to throw some of the passes that he throws, it speaks to the intellect and the ultra confidence that he has. Now, the very next play, because this play is 4th and 2, the very next play, they run like a little pick route. They run double slants, and then they have a flat route. This is a very basic route combination, but they make it work. And what ends up happening is they get a pick, get a nice rub, and I just wanted to show you guys the accuracy again. You see, because most quarterbacks will put the ball right on the wide receiver. So if you throw it right to him, now you're going to force him to kind of turn his body and catch it. And then if the DB does get through all of this mush, then he'll come in and knock your guy down. But because of the accuracy of Baker right here, as you can see, he throws the ball to the upfield shoulder of the wide receiver to where he never has to break stride. He never has to break stride. He catches the ball, he looks up the field, and he is running. And that is accuracy. That is a very, very tough throw to make when a guy is that wide open and you're throwing it to the point to where he can catch it and run it without breaking stride. These two plays are very, very significant, in my opinion, because it shows the accuracy and the competence of Baker Mayfield. This is what I believe will help him to keep propelling to the next level. Now, obviously, he has to tone down the mistakes. But again, you're dealing with a guy who has ultra confidence, who is dealing with who has the confidence of Brett Favre and Drew Brees and all of the greats to play this game. So if he has that, you don't want to take that aggression away from him. You want him to keep it, and you want to design your offense to fit his personality. You don't want to try to tailor the offense to you, and all of a sudden he throws a pick because he glances at a post route and that flashes in front of him. The guy is open, but the backside corner comes out and make a play because the design of the play was rather amateur, in my opinion, because you're trying to bring the wide receiver across the field. You're hoping that the backside corner chases, but they don't do that anymore. They pass things off now in the NFL. They pass it off all the way across the field. Guys will see that, and they'll pass it all the way off. And so that's the reason why I believe that Baker Mayfield has a very, very good chance. If he's coached well, and if they keep his talent around him, he has a very good chance of being a really good quarterback in the NFL. Returns. Plenty of them. Boxes. That's what returns look like. Stacked up in the garage after 2 weeks of being away. Yeah, that's the return section. Just gotta start going back tomorrow. All right, guys, so this concludes the breakdown of what I think and what I see when I'm looking at these quarterbacks. Obviously, I played the game. I know exactly what they're seeing, can see and feel exactly what they're seeing and feeling at that particular time. And so it's very near and dear to me. I studied the game for so long that it's really ingrained. But yeah, we're going to get back to the daily vlogs tomorrow. And we're going to be looking at all of these returns and taking those back. And I've got a couple more things coming that we can just keep having fun with. All right, see you guys later. All right.
Feel brand new. Should I feel brand new? Feel brand new. Feel brand new. Should I feel brand new? Feel brand new.